Pyanadons. It's widely regarded as one of the most complex and challenging Factorio mods, usually taking thousands of hours to complete. So far, I have 90 hours in this playthrough. What can an absolute idiot accomplish in those 90 hours? Now, you might have looked at my base and said, that is atrocious. It's the worst spaghetti I've ever seen. Why do you play like this? Why don't you leave more space between your assemblers? I don't know. It's just how I've always played. I'll throw a photo of my first ever Factorio base. Here's my space exploration starter base. I think it just looks cool. But come on, look at this spaghetti. It's delicious. You got 2 belts going up. We got 5 belts coming down. 1 belt coming in from the side. You think it's going up? Nope. It comes right back down through a splitter for some reason. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how it works. We got jerky being made in the middle. We got 3 sets of pipes going up and down. And somehow it just works. Now, if you're experienced with Pyanodons, you might also be looking around and being like, why does this guy have 4 rock cocoons to only 11 paddocks? What is he doing? I've never been a big ratio guy. I usually just pop down what I think I need, and then if it doesn't supply, I build more, and if it oversupplies, that's not a problem. Now, if you're not familiar with Pyanodons, you might be looking at this and being like, I can't comprehend what's going on. What am I even looking at? Well, to be honest, I don't know what I'm looking at either. Pyanodon's full suite, which is what I'm playing here, is a collection of incredibly complex mods, ranging from industrial chemistry to raising alien monstrosities to do your bidding. The animations in this mod are incredible. The details on all the buildings. I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. Just look at him. You can see all the hard work that's gone into it. The scale and complexity can be daunting at times if you look too far ahead, but I think the way that they introduce the mechanics of the assembly lines is really well done. Everything complements itself very nicely. Now, how far into Pyanodons am I? Well, here's my milestones. I just completed the 3rd science out of 11, I believe, but you can just see how much stuff I have yet to come across. I may be faster or slower than most, I am not quite sure. If we go to the Pyanodon stats, see some nifty stats here. A whopping 13% tech tree completion, 86 hours in. You know, just means I have 87% to go, and I can't wait. Now, I wanted to make this video and show you guys around the base because I just unlocked trains. So, in the future, hopefully, I'll be rebuilding a bunch of this production in a far more organized and less, hideous way. But before then, before it gets dismantled, we'll take a look around. Now, this is where it all began, on this humble coal patch. Disclaimer, I am using the adjustable Bob's inserters mods because with some of the recipes, you're putting 8 ingredients in, you gotta take out ash and the ingredient, and it can be needed sometimes. This is the beginner mall. This is the beginner science. Seems to not be working at the moment. It's because someone put stone on the stone brick line. How did that happen? I seem to run into this problem a lot, where you broke a belt 16 hours ago and didn't realize, and now your entire factory is at a standstill. This is my assembly area for Pi Science 1, the first real science. It's currently not working right now because I found an inserter that had been depositing a byproduct onto a production line for who knows how long. The rocks and the whole alien life mod in general have definitely been one of my favorite things so far. The giant paddocks, the breeding, the feeding, the harvesting, it's all been very fun. Here's a quick look at my fluid area. Absolute mess. Ratios out the window. No idea what's happening. I'm just storing all the excess fluids in ponds and then putting them down a sinkhole when they get full. Here's one of my more thought out builds, turning raw coal into syngas, which is my main liquid fuel that I use around the base. I try to make it neat so I could copy and paste it again if I need more. It seems to be working well. I am storing all of the byproducts though, so if that backs up, it could be a problem. And I am sinkholing the tar, which is probably a waste, but it was a really long pipe. This little block right here is where I make a bunch of the components for logistics science. Yes, that's the green science, the second science in the game normally. Um, Currently, it was broken because there was wood on that belt somehow, stopping stone, thus stopping production of everything. I tried to make this area self-sufficient, so we're producing sap, seaweed, limestone, steam, all on site. And then we're slaughtering the augs, turning them into what we need. And then it all gets belted up to the left. And then we're going more up until it bisects some other random belt slice into the base to make batteries and turn the dung into melamine. And then we're making the science top left here. Half of it's broken. Probably broke something a while ago. Um, and I don't know why I chose to make it up here because it has quite the journey back to the labs. Let me show you. So we're bringing it on a half belt all the way down, and then, oh nice, we got a buffer. So it's got to do some cursed belt weaving because we got, 6 belts going through a 4 wide lane through a train intersection, and we're splitting it off and it comes down. Uh, is this not connected? Not again. No. Welp. While I fix this latest blunder, I thought I'd give my thoughts. Now, I realize in the whole scheme of things, I have barely scratched the surface of what this mod is, so all my opinions could be terrible. I love the mod. I think one of my main gripes with space exploration in space age is that, your base, it's not one big base. It's like, 6 different little smaller bases. And I love the scale of just building giant things that all interact with each other, and you can see it. I mean, space age and stuff, they do interact, but I think one big base just feels better. People always talk about Pyanodons with, the thing is it's too big, it's too complicated. And I feel that. I've been overwhelmed and I just take a break and step back. But then, 2 hours later, I find myself thinking, oh, I can do this. And I really want to get back on and finish that production chain. So it just keeps bringing me back. Now, will I ever complete this? Probably not. I think that's how people get overwhelmed, is they look at something and like, how am I ever going to complete this? Or even just the science pack, it's got 60 different production chains. But I think if you just handle it one step at a time, and that's what I like doing. I love handling a step and then watching that step transition into another step and watching that step transition into the final product. So I will keep playing Pyanodons for the foreseeable future until either I get really burnt out or busy with other stuff. Now, would you recommend Pi to other people? Absolutely. I think they do have to be the right kind of person though. Like, your friends. I know none of my friends would enjoy this like I do. But if you know that a person likes, just working towards a goal but won't get overwhelmed by the goal being a stepping stone to, infinity, it's a great mod. Well, what's next for my playthrough? The next goal will definitely be to get everything onto a train network so I can build and expand a lot easier than currently. And after doing that, maybe I'll make a video updating all my progress. And thank you guys for watching if you made it to the end.